In 1963, the Republic of Korea and the European Economic Community, the precursor of today's European Union, established diplomatic relations. This turned out to be a far-sighted step, laying the foundations for a bilateral partnership that grew dramatically over the past 60 years. Today, the European Union is the third largest economic power in the world. Its 27 members have shared national sovereignty to bring peace and prosperity to a region previously marked by strife and division. Few besides the EU founding fathers imagined the potential and success of the European integration. Even fewer would have predicted the miracle on the Han River, South Korea's meteoric rise in the aftermath of the Korean War from a least developed country to one of the world's most innovative and advanced democracies.
The history. There is no generation like us who experienced the absolute poverty and lived in one of the poorest countries in the world. And then we went through the devastating war. And then we went through the rapid economic development. So first thing President Park Geun-hye did was went to Germany. And at that time, Adenauer, Erhard did it later. And Park Geun-hye showed them that this willingness and Koreans' eagerness to develop.
A next milestone in the bilateral relationship was the opening of Korea's permanent mission to the European Commission in Brussels in 1989, followed by the opening of the European Commission Delegation Office in Seoul the following year. In 2000, the Third Asia-Europe Meeting Summit, ASEM3, was held in Seoul, giving new impetus to the EU-Korea partnership and sparking interest in further cooperation at a multilateral level. And in 2010, the EU-Korea relations were elevated to a strategic partnership, underpinned by new framework agreements, as well as an innovative free trade agreement, a particular successful agreement that became a model for future EU trade agreements in the region. Since the entry into force of the FTA in 2011, bilateral trade in goods increased by 110%. Today, despite the geographical distance, the EU is Korea's largest foreign direct investor and Korea's third largest export market.
Korea and the European Union are celebrating 60 years of diplomatic relationship. In those 60 years, one of the most significant occurrences is the signing of the free trade agreement. If we think about Korea, semiconductors are one of the key technologies in Korea. This is only possible through the equipment which is manufactured in the Netherlands by ASML, and ASML again is supported by key technology from Germany, ZEISS for the lenses of that technology. Everything is interlocked, the exchange of goods between Europe and Korea, and this technology would not be possible without the global logistic supply chains.
Besides this outstanding economic success story, our bilateral partnership has also brought our citizens closer together. Cultural, scientific, and educational exchanges have greatly expanded and strengthened the foundation of our partnership for the years to come. Classical music, as a good example, has long drawn young Korean musicians to Europe. Today, K-pop and Hallyu culture play an important role in attracting many young Europeans to Korea, thereby promoting new two-way cultural exchanges.
Between Europe and Korea, I see similarities as well as big differences, but I think the best synergy comes from the two sides merging. So, for instance, just speaking musically, K-pop, for instance, it's a Korean genre, but it was inspired by Western pop, and I think that's why it's been so successful. And maybe the reason why Korean classical musicians are doing so well in Europe and the States at the moment is because they are infusing Western art with the Korean artistic spirit. So I think it's a very, very good place to be where we are right now.
Over the past 60 years, Korea and the EU have come a very long way, both individually and as strategic partners. By joining forces and further developing this partnership based on trust and shared democratic values, we can go even further and turn today's global challenges into new opportunities. With the recently launched digital partnership and a green partnership, we accelerate our transition towards a sustainable future and create the foundation for the next 60 years of friendship, partnership and opportunity.
In Korean culture, 60 years is a very special milestone, and I am very honored to have been part of this success story. As EU ambassador to Korea, my role has been to support the development of our partnership, but in particular to build bridges, to enhance our mutual understanding and trust.
At this point, I would like to see EU and the other like-minded countries like Korea, who knows the merits of this system, who knows the perils of the demise of this system so well, get together, do something together. Since economic cooperation is not zero-sum game.
Looking back at the successful partnership in the last 60 years, I'm positive that this will grow and develop further. We've seen a lot of growth in terms of trade and business, industrial collaboration, and there is so much more we can do.
You know, music is a universal language, so what better way to connect these two than through music?
With the EU is very, very important. So I think we have a lot to do together in this difficult world today, looking forward.
Together, Europe and Korea, we are stronger in shaping our future.
The Republic of Korea and the European Union are both standing on the same side. And our friendship will continue to be a pillar of peace and prosperity in the future. Democratic societies are stronger together. Here's to 60 years of EU-Korean friendship and to many more years of strategic partnership. Thank you.
Zusammenschlusses zu finden. Democratic institutions on this ancient continent of Europe.
Your wondrous spark divine, sweet baby daughter out of paradise. Power fire, now we're gonna answer. Heavenly one, your holy shrine. You're a champion for your next word of fashion to divide. Everyone is getting bonus where you